All right. Hello, YouTube, and hello, fellow citizens. I'm coming back today, uh, after the holidays, just to talk about some stuff that's going on with the police. In front of me, I have a copy of The Art of War by Sun Tzu. Uh, Very important book. It's instrumental. Whenever you're dealing with, an opponent or somebody that's an adversary, possibly. A lot of good information for learning. And people, have said to me, they're saying to me, what do you use when you're confronted by the police? Well, you need two things, in my opinion. You need to understand the art of war, and you need your copy of the Constitution. With these two instruments right here, pretty much, what do you have to worry about? One, two, I apologize. Constitution, the art of war, and a video camera, you're pretty much set. Police have to respect you. They have to back down. It's very, very important to have patience. They talk about that in the art of war, and humility too. That's very important to have. So I digress though a little bit. So let me move on to the main, meat and potatoes of this video. Very quick. Washington Post editorial board issued an opinion on Prince George's County Police and their beating of that college student out there in College Park. It was basically scathing. They accused the police of a cover-up, all types of stuff. It was published on December 28th. I read this article. About 3 or 4 times. A lot of times you have to reread stuff to pick up details. And because there was a lot that was discussed in this. It talked about the actual beating, the conviction, what they alleged to be the unfairness of the trial, all this type of stuff with the judge. Basically, what happened with that though was one officer was convicted, the other one was not convicted. That's tremendous black eye for the county, I apologize. Excuse me. Sorry about that cough. It's just craziness. But what I want to get to, though, is in a rebuttal piece on January 6th, also in the Washington Post, the police chief, he actually responds, He talks about the Washington Post is trying to whip up emotions and exaggerate and mislead. But then, curiously enough, he goes on to quote all things, I apologize, GQ magazine. I just, I had to, do a double take, the police chief's quoting GQ magazine. I'm like, man, this is craziness. He talks about the reforms that the police department has instituted. He talks about hiring an inspector general, but he talks about that to try to rebut that the Washington Post and a lot of people are calling for the county police to be investigated for all these abuses, their violations of the Constitution, and so forth. But let me just jump back real quick to this whole GQ magazine deal. So the police chief cites GQ magazine because the University of Maryland was voted by GQ magazine as having like the fifth worst fan base in the nation. So basically, this is a attempt by the police chief to, I guess, deflect some type of responsibility or to attempt to spin this in the media. But if you look at GQ magazine, I went and read some old issues of GQ magazine, and I got it written down on just a regular piece of paper, some of the stuff GQ magazine talked about. Here it goes. These are real, things that they voted on. Ed Sheeran voted Worst Dressed Man of the Year. Beyonce voted Hottest Woman of the Year. Romney, least influential. GQ magazine votes Louisville, I guess Kentucky, manliest town. Come on now. So this is the article that you want to cite as your go-to source for trying to hurt the credibility of the flagship University of Maryland, College Park campus. This is outrageous, But then I did some more research, and you do a little bit of reading about the University of Maryland. University of Maryland has one of the best business schools voted by Bloomberg News. It's got the Smith School of Business, University of Maryland. University of Maryland Francis King School of Law. University of Maryland School of Nursing. It's a program of nursing. So University of Maryland is a top-notch university, but, if the police chief's going to try and, go tick for tack with these editorial folks from the Washington Post, he should at least try and cite some better, I apologize, he should at least try and cite some better sources. That's just my humble opinion, because, it's a credibility issue that, people are extremely incredulous, when they hear the police chief talking, GQ magazine, I do think the police department has a lot of work to do. They're trying to fix a lot of stuff that's going on with them right now. Recently they said, hey, we have a tremendous crime reduction, but you have people being murdered in the county, robberies in the county. I wonder, how do they even calculate these crime statistics, Matter of fact, it's in their benefit to put out crime statistics that are lower, because it benefits them as far as the job security and so forth. I just find it hard to believe just about anything that the government officials here in the county, they put out and so forth. Also, there is, the whole trial for these officers. Eventually they should be rolling along with the one with the kidnapping down in Charles County, the one with the officer that assaulted there's two separate incidents where the police assaulted minors. It was the incident down in Charles County, then there was the incident right here in Prince George's County. I think it was down by Capitol Heights or someplace. Hang on, I'm going to have to go ahead and cut off for part 1. I will come back with part 2 in just a few minutes. I'm going to cut off. All right.